If you're not selling linen shirts, you definitely should be because it's BOLO time. And not all good brands make good linen shirts, and not all good linen shirts are from good brands. So it's necessary to know the intricacies of how this category works. It's the middle of the summer. Right now, linen is selling really well for me and for a lot of other people. So let's learn about what linen shirts are good and which ones you should maybe not bother picking up. So we're going to start right off with Richter Goods. This is a very obscure brand. It has four sold and one active, or three sold and one active. You're very unlikely to find this. Richter with Jack Donnelly. If you find something like that, definitely pick it up because you could get a $50 for it or so. Then there's a brand called Dos Carolinas. This is a brand that I had heard about but never picked up myself. Their linen stuff is really good. It looks like this. Dos Carolinas linen shirts. You can get $40 pre-owned. Don't pass on that. And here's one that Todd Snyder, that's not going to surprise anybody. You should know about Todd Snyder because pretty much everything they sell is good. But the linen shirts are really good. But this, look for that tag right there. You cannot miss it. Todd Snyder is a definite pickup. Then we have Ramon Poch or Ramon Puig, depending on your pronunciation. So I looked at this. Some say it's like a French pronunciation of poach. Some say it's this not Spanish, but sort of Spanish Puig. Either way, Ramon Puig. I'm going to say poach because it's funner. Ramon Poch. We have 44 active and 66 sold. I had never heard of this brand. Ramon Poch, Ramon Puig. No idea. By the way, this type of shirt is called the Gallabera. When it's got like four pockets and ruffles, as far as I know, it's a traditional Cuban celebration shirt. I don't know the whole history of it, so somebody's going to nerd out on me in the comments and tell me that that's not what it is, and that's fine. Ramon Puig, Ramon Poch, whichever way you want to say it, look for this tag, and it may not always be a Gallabera shirt. But if you find a cigar smoking shirt like this, usually if it's linen, I would pick it up, but some of them are bad. Then we have Luca Filoni, 60 sold, 40 active, Luca Filoni. Their linen stuff is really good. Look at the sold prices here. $73.50 pounds, approximately $99. Luca Filoni, 100% linen. Then we got Blanc Blue linen shirt. Check it out. Blanc Blue linen shirt. Look for this tag, Blanc Blue. If you see it, it's 150% sell-through rate. Very small market size. Only 3 sold, 2 active. But Luca Filoni is more common, so is Ramon Poch. Then we're looking at Charles Tyrwhitt. Did you know that Charles Tyrwhitt linen shirts have a sell-through rate of 140%? I'm going to be honest and say that I have passed on many a Charles Tyrwhitt shirt. The sell-through rate on all of it is not necessarily that great, but the linen this time of year, and this is the critical thing, is this time of year. As I record this, it is June 24th. Charles Tyrwhitt linen is at 140%. It is not worth much money. This one is all jacked up, and they got less than 25. If it's in good shape and it's not washed and dried, which you shouldn't wash and then dry your linen in a dryer because it does this. But if you want it to look nice, don't do that. You can just steam it. Or if you don't want to steam it, do what I do. I'm in Arizona. I just spray it with some water and put it in my garage, and it looks like I steamed it. And it looks pretty good, too. But don't wash and dry linen. If you're going to do that, it's going to look wrinkly and it's going to be terrible. 140% for Charles Tyrwhitt. Like I said, you're not going to get much money. But they got 36. So if you make it look nice, you could do better. Long sleeves are usually going to do better. And I should also mention that this goes for almost every linen shirt. I found that white linen or beige or natural linen tends to sell really well, as does patterned linen. Paisley, plaid, stripes, weird, interesting color patterns. Plain colored linen shirts that are not white or beige tend to not do as well for me as the other ones that I mentioned. Then we have Wythe, W-I-T-H-E, or With, I believe it's Wythe. Wythe is great, and if you can see, look at the sold prices here. 127 brand new, $100 used for a Wythe. That's a hunting jacket. Let's go up higher. This is a linen blend, which I should also mention, Wythe is a bit of an exception to the rule, but usually, that's not a great picture of the logo, but it is what it is. You can see it. Usually linen cotton blends aren't that good, but if it's a brand like Wythe, it's probably going to be still pretty good. But pure linen is always better. Then another really good brand is Outlier. Their linen is 118% sell-through. $69 for a janky one that's been improperly laundered. $95. $99. I would say this is like a quadruple bolo. A linen Outlier is going to be worth good money. And you don't even have to spend any time to make it look nice, apparently. So look for this O with a goose in it, and you're looking at money if you see that logo on anything, but especially linen and especially this time of year. Then we have Tiki Napoli. I've never heard of this brand. It's only 6 active, 7 sold, but it's enough to tell me that I'm picking this up if I find it. I wonder what they're checking my browser for. Anyway, here it is, Tiki Napoli. That is a Grabby McGrabberson, 116% sell-through rate. Then the next brand that I had not heard of is Hartford linen shirt. I told you there's going to be brands that aren't great brands that you've never heard of. I've never heard of Hartford. And if I did, I'd just pass by it because it looked like nothing. But again, it's all wrinkled and doesn't even look that good. And it's 2 pictures. That is not going to work. We can do better than this. There it is. If you see that, that is a pickup for sure. 112% sell-through, 39 active, 44 sold. And they only got $21, but I have a suspicion they could have done a lot better. Then we have Wellen, which you should know from Huckberry. They were in my shorts video because their shorts do well. And you can see brand new $38 for a linen shirt, short sleeve. $35 for pre-owned. This probably sold pretty quick. It's got any kind of a pattern, like I said. Patterned, interesting color. This is a Wellen tag. If you see anything linen with Wellen on it, you're looking at quick sell-through rate of 107% and $32-ish. So I need to take a moment and do a close-up of some fabric here. For those of us that are new to our reselling journey, welcome to the reseller world. And also, linen is unlike any other fabric. If you look close, it looks like that. Linen looks like kind of rough. It kind of looks like canvas. And if you look really close, you can see little stray hairs flying around. And if you touch it in your hand, it feels a little bit rough. It's always going to be kind of wrinkly. That's linen. And linen is really good in the summertime, and that is why I'm making this video. That's what linen looks like up close. Look for linen, and it's going to do you well if you find the right brands. So Scapino, Italy. This brand I had not heard of, and there's only 1 active and 1 sold. This is very small sample size. I don't know if this was an anomaly. If you find it, don't just automatically pick it up, because I don't know anything about this brand. I know that 1's active, 1's sold. If you find this, it might be a good pickup. Look it up when you find it. WNU, the Weekend linen shirt. Another very small sample size. 1 in 1. Don't know if it's a great brand. I don't know much about it. But if you see this on a linen shirt, it would be worth looking up. This is also a small sample size vanity linen shirt. I don't know anything about this brand. I know that there's 2 active and 2 sold. How do I know that? Because I do this research by myself, and if I see a brand I don't know about, I look it up. There it is, Vanity, made in Italy, another Italian brand that is linen. If you find that, it's worth looking up. Then we have 18 East, another brand I don't know anything about. 100% sell-through based on 1 in 1, so I would not call this 100% sell-through. I would call this an anomaly that you might want to pick up. Okay, linen can transcend brand. It can transcend a lot of stuff. If someone wants a linen shirt and they find it, they might pick up a rando brand. Ash and Erie. This brand is good in all categories that I know of. If you find an Ash and Erie linen shirt, it's going to sell quick. They got less than $34. I would guess they've probably got early 30s, high 20s. Ash and Erie, very good. 4 and 4, 4 active, 4 sold. Now we're getting into some bigger brand names. Madewell. This brand had a little. This brand was doing good maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Almost everything Madewell was doing good. But their linen shirts have 98% sell-through rate with 109 and 107. 109 active, 107 sold. Madewell is not a good brand. It was at one time okay. I think they sell it at J. Crew or I'm not sure. But if you find a Madewell linen shirt this time of year, you're going to sell it quick. Then we have Brioni, which is a good menswear brand. And their linen, of course, unsurprisingly, also sells good. Any kind of a Brioni shirt, this time of year, if you find Brioni linen and you leave it behind, that's a bad idea. Definitely pick up Brioni because the sell-through is 97% and it's a good brand anyway. Orla Bar Brown, another really good brand who, unsurprisingly, the linen does well. Orla Bar Brown, their polos do good, their t-shirts sell, their linen does really good. $69.99 for pre-owned linen. You cannot complain about that. This surprised me. Abercrombie and Fitch with a 93% sell-through rate. I did not stutter and I did not screw up my math. Abercrombie and Fitch, 510 active, 477 sold. Can you believe it? Abercrombie and Fitch sitting at nearly 100% sell-through rate for their linen. Now, I must reiterate what I said earlier. Floral patterns, any kind of patterns is going to do really good. I've sold 10 or 15 of these A&F summer linen blend shirts. They're not all the way linen. They got a little bit of cotton in them. But this is known by buyers and they like it. So if you find an Abercrombie and Fitch summer linen blend, pick it up. It's just about 100%, 93% sell-through. You can't complain. And you're probably going to get it cheap because Abercrombie is not priced up in most thrift stores. Except here in Phoenix, they price up George. Then we have Arc'teryx. Obviously, Arc'teryx is going to be good. You'll get between $35 and $50 for an Arc'teryx linen shirt. I didn't know they made linen, but there it is. There's the tag, and there's our little. Where's our little friend? There he is. I don't know if they're going to be close up yet. If you find Michael, if you see Michael here on a shirt, pick it up, no matter what. Then we have Loro Piana. That, of course, that's going to be good. 89% sell-through rate. They make all kinds of fabric, but it started off as being a wool house in Italy, selling wool suits and stuff. Then they branched out. This is still made in Italy, so that surprises me. Loro Piana, anything is good, but this time of year you find linen, it's at a 90%-ish sell-through rate, 89%. And Paul Stewart, did you know Paul Stewart linen sells really well? I didn't know that. Paul Stewart's not a great brand. It's not terrible. You've seen this brand. You've seen this in your thrift store. I know you have. Pick it up if it's linen. 88% sell-through rate, and you can get $35, $40 for them. Come on, that's pretty substantial. Lacoste, or Lacoste, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Their linen is at 87% for their linen shirts. And as you can see, they get decent money. Like the patterns are going to do better. This is just a hot mess. You could have steamed it. No judgment. Everybody's allowed to sell how they want to sell. My pictures aren't great either. I mean, they're not that bad, but some of them are pretty good, but some of them have a little bit of wrinkles. It's really tough, to be fair. Getting linen not to look at all wrinkled is kind of difficult. But you got to make a little more effort than that. I mean, it's not even worth selling if you're not going to put a little effort into it. That's my opinion. I've seen people throw a wadded up shirt onto the hood of a car and sell it for top dollar. Depends on the brand. Lacoste isn't that great of a brand, so a wrinkled up Lacoste, not worth listing if you're not going to at least try to make it look nice. So yeah, if you find Lacoste linen, pick it up. Oh yeah, I got to look at a tag here. For those of you that don't know what Lacoste is, it's a brand that I don't pick up. It's irritating because they price it up around here. But it's got the little alligator Lacoste. Back in, I think, 2018, maybe 2017, I was selling this stuff for $35 for a used polo shirt. And then it just did what everything does. And now I barely pick it up. But the linen, 86% sell-through. Uniqlo. Look at Uniqlo. Very, very mall brand, middle of the road, not great. Some of their jeans do good, and their linen, you're not going to get much money, but you're not going to hold on to it that long either. 452 active, 391 sold. Uniqlo linen shirt. I recommend picking it up if you're getting it dirt cheap. If you find white, beige, or some kind of a pattern, I mean, it's 29 bucks new. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I find it in good shape and it's super cheap, I'll pick it up. But if it's got anything wrong with it, or if it's a bad color or a weird size, I'm passing. J. Edwards, never heard of it, 83% sell-through rate. Here's another Guyabera. Little bit of overexposure on these photos. J. Edward, if you find that, 83% sell-through rate, linen this time of year. Then it is this brand, which is a really, really good brand for a lot of things. It's only 82% sell-through rate, which is actually still really good. I say only 82% sell-through rate because we've just gone through like 26 that are like between 90 and 100 sell-through. Vilebriquin, how do you pronounce that? This is, all right, I'm going to figure this out. How do you pronounce it?
Villebrequin.
Well, there you go. Villebrequin. Or you can say it like I know you're going to say it, Vilebriquin. Villebrequin becomes Vilebriquin. So if you find a Villebrequin, it's a good flip, 40 bucks, 35 to 40 bucks for their linen. Absolutely killer. And that's not the only thing that's good. Their swim trunks are way over 100% sell-through rate. Absolutely killer brand. Almost everything from them is good for now. You know how it goes. I would not recommend having 5,000 tabs open, but that's what it looks like. If you find Villebrequin, get it. Gitman Bros, 79% sell-through rate. How do you get 65 bucks for a linen shirt from them? They got 101. Wow. I would think that would have been worth more. Gitman Bros. If you find Gitman Bros linen, I'm picking it up. Their non-linen stuff, I'm not too excited, but their linen stuff, good. Hammermade, another brand that used to do pretty good. It's never been great, but it was at one time it was at least a high mid. Their linen you will sell, but you're not going to get too much, maybe 20 bucks. It just says Hammermade. It looks like the Stone Rose tag, if you know that Stone Rose, that trash brand, kind of looks like that. If you see Hammermade and you want to have a 78% sell-through, pick it up. Proper Cloth, this is a brand that I do pick up if it's in good shape and I'm getting it cheap. It's 78%. Their flannel shirts do well in the larger sizes. Proper Cloth right there, boom. Get it if it's linen. Tom Gray, 77% sell-through. Never heard of it. Actually, I have heard of it. I've just never picked it up, never cared about it. Between 35 and 50 bucks you can get for this stuff. Then we have Suit Supply. A once great brand that is now simply okay in some different niches. 71% for Suit Supply linen. Highly dependent on size as well as pattern and condition. This one's a linen cotton blend. If you find pure linen, you'll do better. But I would pick it up. Then we have Rag & Bone. Once great brand that's now just a high mid. But 68% sell-through if you find a Rag & Bone. Between 25 and 35 bucks. It's just terrible condition. Linen is hard to photograph. You really have to steam it if you want it to look nice. It'll still sell if it's wrinkled. People know that linen wrinkles, whatever. Mouse and Hoffman. The Solimari line is really good. 65% sell-through rate. But that goes up or down depending on pattern, size, and condition. The Solimari line, I believe, is made in Italy. It's going to sell for good money. See how this person Made the shirt look nice. It's not too wrinkled. It looks pretty good. They went through the trouble of putting on a mannequin that's more than I've ever done. So they probably got more than anyone else would have got. Look out for Mouse and Hoffman, the Solimari line. Jane Barnes, 65%. This is a beat up shirt. It says please read, so you know that that's bad. Jane Barnes. Some of their Japanese fabric silky stuff does good, and their weird pattern linen does good. 65%. We can't get through an Elro Fisher video without Psycho Bunny. So we have Psycho Bunny here at 63%. People are getting $59 for a Psycho Bunny. Good Lord. To be fair, it's in pretty good condition. It's got the loop collar. That's always a bonus. If you find a loop collar, you can call it a camp shirt, and that will get some more eyeballs. Psycho Bunny is a yes at 63%. And we do have Façonnable at 62% sell-through rate. Façonnable. It's French, and it's pronounced Façonnable. There's the tag. And not everything is good from them. It's a really middling brand, but their linen this time of year, 62% sell-through. You can get $35 for it. New, so probably 25 used. Let's take a look. Yeah. Look for good patterns and good condition. Billy Reed, this brand is not great. At one time it was pretty good though. Billy Reed, 62%. I'll give this a lukewarm, stubby thumb up. And $32, that's pretty good in good condition. $20, $20, $20, 22, 27, 26, 28, blah, blah, bliggity, bliggity, blue, blue. Okay, so Billy Reed's okay. If you find it's good condition, 62% sell-through. Then we have Zara, which not a good brand at all. 60% sell-through rate. Brand new, $25. Yeah, that tells you all you need to know. Then this is just any Gayabera shirt, which is the ruffly, four-pocket, traditional Cuban celebration shirt, I believe. 55%, so that's without a brand. So pretty much any Gayabera you find, if it's in good shape and it's linen, will probably sell fairly quickly if you do a good job, but you're not going to get a ton of money unless it's a great brand. Then we have Isaiah Napoli, which is an incredible high-end men's brand. And their linen, of course, sells 53% sell-through rate, 71 active, 38 sold. Probably because people are overpricing it because of what it is. If you find Isaiah Napoli and it's not priced up in the thrift, and you can get away with getting it for $7-8, sell it for $45, you'll flip it quick. Or you can price it up like a lot of these people and wait. It's not rare at all, and it's worth good money. But if it were me, I'd kind of go the middle of the road here. If other people are asking $75, I put mine up for $60 if I got it cheap. That's me. Occasionally, if it's a really good item, I will hold my ground and I will price it up. This is not one of those brands. There's a lot of it out there. I think you can get it at Nordstrom's. Then we have 32 Bar Blues. This makes me sad. This used to be really good. But their linen is still pretty good. People are getting $18 to $20. For a good pattern, you'll do better, but, 52% sell-through rate kind of makes me sad. It used to be great. Rod and Gun. I just sold one of these 3 or 4 days ago. I picked this up when I was probably 5 or 6 years ago. I thought it was a good brand, but whatever. It's not bad. If you find Rod and Gun at a yard sale for 50 cents, or if you get it cheap, 100% linen's going to help it. It's a 51% sell-through rate. And you might get good money if the right person wants it. But this is a killer pattern. It's a good size. It's a 2XL. In a really good brand, this would have been $35. $25 for Rod and Gun, so it's not great. Then we have Rice, R-E-I-S-S, Rice linen shirt. This is a good brand, but their linen does okay. All this stuff's coming from UK. $52. So it's worth good money. Let's go USA only. Okay. 35 bucks, 29 bucks, 15 bucks, 14, 35. So it's kind of all over the place. People don't really know about the brand, but it is a high-end brand. You can ask for good money if it's in good shape and has a cool pattern and it's a good size. I'm picking it up if I get it cheap because it's summertime and linen. When I do these sell-through rates at the end of the summer in like early September, these sell-through rates for linen are going to be much higher. It's the middle of summer right now, so we still have a good 2 months or so, depending on where you live. Rice is one of those brands where most of their stuff is good. It is worth a little bit more money than most brands. You might sit on it a little longer. I'm picking it up if I find it, and I'm not paying too much for it. All of this information will be available in my next version of the spreadsheet, which is not out yet. I'm shooting for mid-July, but the current sheet still has a lot of good stuff. It does not have linen on it yet. But this is some of the stuff that's going to be on the next one. This is all just linen shirts. And I do have some more videos coming out. More bolos, as you would expect. So I'll see you very soon.